So the topic we're going to go into is how to package the narrative report. Let's touch on several topics. First of all, the goal of the narrative report. And let's point out several things here, because a lot of times when I have doctors join, they'll not do a narrative report. They don't know they really don't understand the importance of it, the value of it. And they think if the attorney doesn't ask for a narrative report, that they don't, shouldn't be given one and all that. So let's be real clear about what's going on with this narrative report. Number one, it's the single most important personal injury document, period, bar none. So when you have an attorney who does not ask for a narrative report, you have what's called an ignorant attorney. And that attorney is in a state of what's called unconscious incompetence, and they need to be educated. But for you not to do a narrative report on a personal injury case is a bad, bad thing. You do not want to do that. You want to be doing them because it supports your position is what it does. It's great for you. It's great for your marketing. It's great for your authority. Everything about it for you is good. And obviously it's good for the attorney, but you want to know how to do a narrative report, and you want to do it right and well and good. So logically and chronologically, it tells the story of the injury from start to finish. So the narrative report is the cumulative. It is not a medical report. It's not a SOAP note. So remember, a SOAP note it's a picture of one day. A medical report is typically a picture between re-exams. A narrative report is from the initial exam until the patient's reached MMI. It's totally cumulative. And it's totally cumulative, not just for your documentation. It's totally cumulative for all the documentation, including other doctors, medicals, etc. So it is the most important injury award document. And that's what's scary when an attorney does not ask for a narrative report. It's the single most important document for the injury award, and you have an attorney not asking for it. That's a huge problem. And I'll share with you some of the reasons why. Let me just cover that. Well, number one reason why is there's a few reasons. One possible reason is it's just absolute ignorance, to be honest with you. They just don't know the potential value of a narrative report. And you go, well, why is that? Well, mainly because they get junk. They get a lot of bad narrative reports. That aren't really narrative reports. In other words, they don't put the whole case together. They just kind of tell about that doctor's experience. So, and then I'll tell you the third reason is they don't like getting charged out the wazoo for these narrative reports. And a lot of doctors do. They try to make the narrative report a profit center. And so if there's not much value, I mean, you got to think to yourself, if there's not much value in something that you're getting, how much do you want to pay for it? Well, a lot of times these doctors will charge $1,000 total or $1,500 for a narrative report. I'm not saying that that's justified or normal at all, but those are the common reasons I found when an attorney does not ask for a narrative report. It's not because he's educated and he's okay with spending the money. That's not why. It's usually it's because he's ignorant, he gets bad narrative reports, and he gets overcharged. Those are the common reasons I found. So the good news that I say about when an attorney doesn't ask for a narrative report, that's a tremendous opportunity for educational sales and create more authority. So the attorney should use it as the most important injury award document. In other words, they should be using your narrative report. If they're not, it's because, again, they're in a state of unconscious incompetence and they don't know any better. Who would take the most important document for an injury award and not use it if they knew that that was the most important? Nobody would, see? So you have to think to yourself, why is this happening? Well, it's from pure ignorance is what it is. So, and the way we do the narrative report, it should be the single most important document for the injury award. I mean, I always say your narrative report should be a standalone. They should be able to just submit your narrative report for the injury award, period.